How would you describe yourself? Or what
Oh,
characteristics would
okay.
you, yeah.
Well, I find myself to be kind of shy and timid at times, and I'm not very outgoing, but I love to be involved in and visit with people and share my thoughts and ideas.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Who would you say in your family, like growing up, who would you say your personality is most similar to? If anyone?
I would say my father.
Your father?
Hmm.
And what kind of qualities do you guys have or share?
Well, my dad was one that would speak his mind. If he felt something wasn't right, he would speak his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And he was one that was willing to go out into the public and do things and get involved. And my mother was more one that just wanted to be a mother and just stay home and clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say more like my dad, going out, getting more involved in community.
Okay, for sure. How would you describe your present life?
Well, we've had a good life. We're happily married, and we love every one of our kids or children. And I do a lot of babysitting with grandchildren, but I find that to be a joy because I love my grandchildren. And we just kind of are relaxing and retired, just enjoying our retired life.
Mm-hmm. What are like your favorite hobbies to do?
Cooking probably,
Cooking. She's a very good cook.
And I like to draw, do artwork,
Mm-hmm. Gardening?
and well, not so much. Maybe flowers more than gardening.
Flowers, okay.
But I do a lot of canning. I don't mind canning and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. How have you dealt with your aging process?
Well, sometimes I don't feel as old as I am, and sometimes I feel older. But I I guess I have never thought about that.
How does it kind of depend on the day? Like some days?
Yeah, it kind of depends on if I have many aches or pains or how I'm feeling. But we're just blessed that we've been doing as well as we have.
Mm-hmm. How about like milestones, kind of? Like, let's say your 50s and then your 60s, your 70s. Like,
well, when I was in my 50s, I started out, when we started out in a married life, we were, madly in love when we had all the free time. Then we had 6 children.
mm-hmm.
Our time got involved with the children. And then after children graduated, I was like maybe in my 50s and that I became a care provider for my mother.
Mm-hmm.
So my life was kind of busy as a care provider. I had a lot of responsibilities. And then when that was over, when my parents both were deceased, I took on a new role of being more involved in the community. And then in my 70s, I was retired and just enjoying being sleep in when I want, get up when I want. It's enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. What life lessons you mentioned earlier, like prayer is very important in your life. What other life lessons would you say or would you want to carry on to other people?
I would say just to be kind and be forgiving and to love everyone, never hate anyone, and to accept responsibilities and to be thoughtful of others. And my dad always used to say, if you before you complain about somebody or something, is it done?
No, we're good.
That you need to walk a mile in their moccasins before you know and can be judgmental. So not to be judgmental and criticize people.
I love that. It's good. Do you have any favorite quotes or anything like that you would like to share?
Well, I have one that I use all the time, and I tell it to all of the grandkids when they are feeling down and out.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, because of my faith is so strong, I had a word from the Lord one time, and it was trust and believe, and everything will be okay. And I got that word when I had cancer. I was scared to death that life was going to be over.
Mm-hmm.
And he said to me, trust and believe, and everything will be okay. And that's what you have to do with your school and everything is to trust and believe.
Trust and believe, and it'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And believe in the Lord.
I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing your experiences with us and letting me interview you today.
Anytime. I enjoyed it.
Perfect.
Thank you for interviewing me.